welcome to Telile Today. Today we're going to do something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. Gloria and I are going to go out to Malagawatch and visit the deer farm. Yvonne and Walter Eggenberger run the deer farm, and they've been gracious enough to invite us out. So join us now as we go to Malagawatch to the deer farm. Hello and welcome to Telile Today. Today joining me is Walter Eggenberger. Good day, Walter.
Hi.
Now, good, thank you. Now, we're out here in Malagawatch and we're at the deer farm. Now, how long have you had the deer farm running?
Since '96. We started with a herd of 30 animals, and a year later we bought another herd of another 30 animals.
So they came from two separate locations, I understand?
That's right, yeah. We started, the first herd was from Nova Scotia, Tatamagouche, and the other herd we bought in Quebec.
Okay. So deer farming is not, it is unique because I think this is the only one in Cape Breton, but it is happening in Canada.
It's in Nova Scotia we have 5 or 6 other deer farmers.
Okay.
And it's in Ontario, Quebec, it's a much bigger thing than out here. But we try to make it big here too, so we are really in our beginning. But so far what we see, the demand is quite good for the finished product, the meat.
Right. Now the field we're in here, I understand there are some deer, but this is a big area, and they're not coming to us.
No, not in this mountainside here. It's around 80 acres fenced in, and that's pretty much the summer habitat of them. And that's the way we try to keep and raise our deer, as they are still farmed and fenced in, but we try even inside the borders to give them as much nature as possible and don't do anything to them, just let them find everything themselves.
Okay. And on the walk up here from the main road, I noticed a lot of apple trees, and you were telling me that they do graze on a lot of different things in this area, don't they?
That's right, yeah. It's really like they know by themselves what's good or what kind of nutrition they are missing today or tomorrow. So one day most of the animals are just going maybe for apple tree bark, and maybe another day they are just grazing, and another day they are going to a poplar tree and just take the bark down from there. So it's really like they knew now we are short maybe of a certain vitamin or something like that. So up here we really don't have to do anything to the animal.
Yeah, but you do give them a certain feed, do you?
They're going to get every day, each animal gets a handful of crushed corn, a mixture of crushed corn, rolled oat, and a barley pellet. In this pellet there are some supplement vitamins and some selenium. That's all what they get.
Okay. So I understand the farm has grown. You said you started with 30 from Tatamagouche and 30 from Quebec, but you have more than 30 now, don't you?
Right now we have around 200 animals. So we can't say the exact figure right now because we didn't count this year's fawns yet, but there must be around 200 animals.
Right. So are we going to take a walk down to the farm and see exactly how you go through the process?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, all right, watch out. Scene, alright. Scene, alright. Scene, alright. Well, alright, watch out.
Okay, we've moved down further, Walter, and here we have a pasture, and there's a pasture on the other side. Do you want to explain why this setup?
So once or twice a year we have to handle the deer. Once it's for putting the ear tags into the fawns, the newborns ear, and maybe once more it's for deworming them, or if you just want to have a look at them, or if we have to make a TB test or something like that, then we have to be able of handling the deer. That means get a hand on the deer.
Sure.
It's not like with a cow where you just go with a rope and put the rope around the neck and there it is and now you do your work. So here we have in front of the barn we have a holding pen. So once we move the animal first down in this holding pen, we close the gates and keep the animal in this holding area.
Okay.
Then we move them through the wide door into the barn.
Okay.
And from the barn over to here we have a raceway. So then we move the animals 5 to 10 at a time through the raceway into a squeeze here in this garage, and from the squeeze we move them out either on this side or on the other side. It depends if we have to separate the animals.
Okay. And the squeeze works on an hydraulic system?
It's a hydraulic squeeze which is padded on both sides, but I guess the best is I'm gonna give you a short demonstration so you get an idea how that works.
Great, thanks.
So once we have to move the deer in the barn, we move them down this raceway, and then we try to have 2 or 3 animals in here, close this door, and then we're gonna get 1 animal in here, close this door, and then we move 1 animal into the squeeze, and that's then the animal we actually work on, and this door would be closed too.
Okay, so this is the squeeze area. Now, do you want to demonstrate the squeeze for us?
Yeah.
Now, when the deer get at this point, why would you need to use the squeeze?
So it's just to, usually we don't need the squeezing effect on the animal. Usually, I would say out of 100 animals, 95 or 99 animals are just standing in here and waiting what happens. And these animals, we just put a wet towel over the eyes, and then we can do either the deworming or put the ear tag in the ear, or when I do the slaughtering, I just stun the animal in here and then we bleed it.
Okay.
You can have an animal which is a little more nervous than all the other animals, and it starts moving back and forth and you really don't get a hand on the animal, then you just try to squeeze it a little. And that's all padded here, and it's shaped that the belly stays in between the biggest opening here, and just the legs are in the center, and the neck is held by the paddings here on the top. Now it can be, we never had that so far, that you really have a really wild or animal which tries to mount over the squeeze, so it pushes on the floor and tries to get out of the squeeze the way up. That's the only way it can go. The front door is closed, the back door is closed, the sides are closed, so where can it go? Just up, so it tries to go up. And instead letting it jumping over the side, we just lift the whole animal, and that's something I just can show you how that could work.
you want me to stay in here? Or?
Yeah, we can go on a
Okay.
little journey together.
Okay.
So first we just close the squeeze, and you see the opening for the belly here.
Yeah.
And now when you squeeze the animal, it could be that it pulls down the head underneath the top padding here.
Okay.
So then we have doors,
Yeah.
4 doors in the squeeze on both sides. So we have access to the whole animal anywhere where we have to do something. And if it, as I mentioned, if we have a really wild one which doesn't stay quiet, we're just gonna lift it up. So then the animal is just hanging in here,
Yeah.
and you can do your examination, whatever you have to do.
Okay.
And once you are finished, you're just gonna let it down, and you open the squeeze again, and then you open the front door and just let it out to the pastures again.
Okay, so you're bigger than me, so I didn't feel the squeeze, but
You wanna go on a ride with me?
no, that's okay. That's okay. That wouldn't hurt the animal.
No, that's you.
I mean,
you
it's
saw
soft.
like I was,
Yes.
was hanging in here. So an animal wouldn't hang like I did with
No.
the shoulders over the
No.
padding here,
Yes.
but it would sit with its
The legs.
belly
Yes.
right on this padding here, and that
Right.
padding is pretty thick and soft.
Soft, yes.
So that's, and the legs, they, as you saw on the animals, the legs, they are so thin.
Yes, they are.
So on the bottom side, you never could break a
No.
leg because the padding gives more weight than the size actually of the leg.
Okay.
Or you have to go slow, because at the beginning the animal doesn't like to be
No.
squeezed,
No.
and it doesn't know how far it's going. So the animal doesn't know you're gonna stop with the squeezing. The
Sure.
animal maybe thinks, gee, they're gonna squeeze me here.
Yeah.
So you really go slow and slow, but on a certain point you see, and we have a gauge here on the controls where you can set the actual pressure. Even if you want to give more pressure, it doesn't go further. You set the PCI you want to have,
Yes.
and you can pull the lever down and down and down. It doesn't give
not
more
gonna-
pressure.
Okay.
So that's in a way a release or a security switch that you don't gonna kill an animal. I heard about that they killed animal in squeeze.
Oh, okay.
But it shouldn't happen here because we're gonna set the maximum pressure we're gonna apply on an animal, and you have to go slow. You have to watch what the animal is doing in the squeeze.
Right.
But as I said, that's maybe lifting. We never had to lift an animal. We never had an animal so far which was that wild that we had to lift it.
Okay.
And when we handle down a herd, about 50 or 60 animals, we have maybe 1 or 2 where we're going to close a little more than all the others. For all the others, it's just set the way it is. They walk in, we do our treatment, and we let them out. That's
Yeah.
it.
But you're saying a wild animal, Walter. Is it the wildness, or is it the timid? They're afraid.
I guess it's just afraid. It doesn't know what's going
Sure.
on. So
Yeah.
that's why, as I mentioned earlier, we're gonna make them used to the whole handling system. So 2 or 3 weeks before we start doing the actual handling, everything is open and the animals can move by themselves
Okay.
in their own pace, get used to the whole thing.
Get used to this floor.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's important. You see,
Yeah.
once they do a step on here, it just feels different than out there.
Sure.
And that makes them, the first time, it makes them suspicious.
Right. Right. Now this is an hydraulic system, I understand.
Yeah.
Quite expensive.
It is, yeah.
Probably the most expensive part under
It's
in the animals, isn't it?
The squeeze actually is the most single expensive investment. So the fence itself, it's expensive too, but the squeeze is the most expensive unit,
Sure.
single unit, yeah.
How much fencing do you have? Do you have any idea?
Oh,
sure
it
you know.
must be, it's around 4,000 to 5,000 posts, and we say every 5 meter a post, so 5 times 4,000.
But it's miles worth of fencing, isn't it?
I don't know, 10 kilometers of
Fencing.
fencing, yeah.
Right.
It's
Okay.
quite some work. The setup in a deer farming, that's the big work.
Sure.
That's really the big thing in labor and in money. Once the setup is there, the fence is there, the handling system is there, just the daily operation, we see now in the summertime or even in the wintertime, I'm not talking about making hay or so, just really the work on the animal or the feeding. That's 2 hours, 3 hours a day. So that's not too much anymore. But the whole setup, everything took us, my wife and me, 2 whole summers, so I would say 12 months overall, 2 people to do the whole setup.
And I was going to get to that, Walter. Basically, it's your wife and yourself that run the farm.
Yeah.
You hire somebody occasionally, is it, when you're doing a roundup? Or
Just when we handle the deer or so, to move the deer up here, that we don't have to walk back and forth all the time. But that's maybe an hour, 2 hours. You see, it depends what we do. But when we brought in the other herd from Quebec, we had to put them on quarantine, and we had to make some tests, manure tests, and you have to take the manure out of the live animal, put it in a tray and label the tray so that you know this manure is from this animal at this day. So that were 30 animals. With a wet we did that in here in this squeeze, and that took us maybe an hour, 1.5 hours. So if really people are working good, they're going to line up the animals here, and the 2 here in the squeeze can work ahead. It takes you maybe 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes an animal to take, and that's the most labor-intensive thing, work to take manure samples out of the live animal.
now, is that only when you got the new animals from
Only
Quebec?
Yeah, that's only when the government is asking for certain tests for animals which are brought new into the province.
Okay.
And the strange thing is, Canada doesn't count. It's the provinces.
Oh,
If we move an animal from one province to another, it has to go to quarantine.
okay.
So
But
we
from
just
Catamagush to here, it wouldn't have
that's
to do that?
no, because it's the same province, it's in the
Okay.
same area, so they don't want to know them because it's already in their area. But from Quebec or New Brunswick, just over the border, we have to go all through this procedure with all the tests and everything.
Right.
That's just regulation.
Okay, are we going to get to see some deer now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go see some deer.
So you see now, even strange people in here, they don't care anymore.
Okay.
They just want to go for their corn there.
Yeah.
And that's all what they have in their mind, just going for the...
Yeah.
And some animals, they get so attached, they even start pushing you, just make fast with the grain. We want to have the grain, so...
big dark one coming, Gloria. Yeah. You got him? Now,
Yeah.
I don't think we've mentioned this at this point, Walter, but these are red deer.
That's the species, it's called European red deer, and their home is actually the highlands of Scotland,
Okay.
the Alps in Europe, in Yugoslavia, and the big farms are in New Zealand. They have average size of 2,000 animal in New Zealand. So, and that's the British brought them over to New Zealand for a hunting purpose in the early years.
Okay.
And then they left New Zealand, and they just didn't have natural predators in New Zealand. So they became a problem for New Zealand. And instead of extinguish them, they just fenced them in and now have the big farms and the big deer industry over in New Zealand.
Okay. I see that. We have a couple of fawns feeding on a doe.
You see, you asked me about twins.
Yes.
Maybe that's now just the body going over to another mother for a drink.
Okay.
So you really, until you make a blood test, or you would make a blood test, you really can't say this mother has twins.
Okay.
Right now you would say
Looks like it.
she has twins, but maybe it's just a body for a drink.
Sure, sure.
The bar is open.
Okay, the big guy approaching the feed station right now.
Yeah.
He'd be your breather, would he?
He is the breeding stag for this herd here, yeah.
Okay.
The other males we see,
Yes.
2 right here, we're gonna move them out here before the rut seasons really start.
Okay.
Because the big buck would just fight them off, and if he get a chance, he would kill them.
He would kill them.
If he get a hold on them, yeah, usually they run away, but
Sure.
but if he get a hold on them, that's it.
Yeah, he looks like he's quite curious, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Would they mate with the white-tailed?
They say no. We never got a chance, and
Okay.
Department of Natural Resource likes to hear that we never got a chance to prove it.
Okay.
But so far it's they say what works and what's done in the deer farming industry is the crossbreed of elk and European red deer. The elk is bigger again as the red deer, so they're gonna get it's called an F1 animal, and that's in the size in between a red deer and an elk, so they're just gonna get a little heavier animals.
Okay.
But we do really the breeding of the European red deer.
Now, Walter, these deer, these deer are in a separate pasture from the one we were just in on the other side.
Yeah.
Are these more friendly? They seem to be a little cautious, but not terribly excited about our presence.
These deer are now since 2 years in this pasture, and the entrance of the house opens to this pasture, and we are driving in here every day with our cars in and out. People who are visiting us are driving in and out, and that's something they are just used to it. They are used to people moving in and out. What's different on the other side, there is just a barn, and usually just my wife and I are over on the barn side. So they are a little more suspicious on the other side. And food helps a lot, you see. That's
Yeah, they seem to be wanting the free meal. Now, do they have access to grazing areas? Like right here, it's just an open wooded area, but do they have grassed-in
These
areas?
ones don't have any grass anymore because it's all gone. So what we do with this herd, we go twice a day, in the morning and in the evening, on a neighbor's property, cut the grass there, and it's every day 2 loads of a truck what we dump in here. So that's what they got this morning. That's gonna last till tonight, and then they're gonna get a new load.
Okay. The bucks do pretty much the same as the whitetail, I understand. They shed their antlers in late winter, early
Yeah.
spring, February, March,
Yeah.
and then they regrow again, and
Yeah.
they're now in velvet, and you were saying because of the color you can tell?
You see the big one, his velvet on the top is already getting pretty white,
Yes.
and that means that the blood circulation already stopped or is reducing in the antler. So that velvet gonna peel off, I would say, within 2 weeks. He is starting to peel it off. Compared to the other one over here,
Yes, darker, much
it's
darker.
very dark, so I would say he has still, the blood flow is still
Yes.
going on, so that means the growing of the antler is still going on.
Right. Okay, now I also understand, Walter, it doesn't stop here. You go to the slaughterhouse. Once you've taken the animals that you're going to take, you go to the slaughterhouse.
So what we do is, beside the farming, or because we really want to guarantee as perfect as possible product, we're never going to give our animals or products out of our hands. So that means we do the killing here on the site. We move then the animal to a slaughterhouse where the meat gets inspected, the animal gets dressed, the meat gets inspected, the carcass has to cool down. A week later we bring that carcass back to our processing plant. We process the meat there up to finished, ready to eat or ready to reheat products like finished stew or all the fresh cut steaks, roast. We make sausage, we cure, we smoke.
Wow.
Everything happens that happens at our own inspected meat plant. And also we have a restaurant where we sell our product through the restaurant or to local people, or once a week, every Saturday, I'm in Halifax at the farmers market.
Okay.
So what we do, we slaughter Monday, Tuesday, we process the animals what we slaughtered the week before, the following week on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday,
Okay.
and get everything ready, all the products for the market in Halifax or for some restaurants and hotels in Halifax which buy our product. So what we can say really is our animals never get transported alive, never get separated from the herd. So there is, I guess, there is no way to do it with less stress on the animal to get really a good, healthy meat at the end.
Right, right. So are we going to be able to see your restaurant today?
Yeah, it's a pleasure to show you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we are ready to show you where the meat, the deer, where we saw at the farm, when we bring them back from the slaughterhouse.
Yes.
It's an inspected slaughterhouse. The carcasses hang there for a week, cool down and age.
Yep.
Then we bring them over here in our own walk-in cooler, age them for another 4 or 5 days so that we have a good aging over 10 to 15 days.
Okay. And this is where
So the carcasses are going from the slaughterhouse in here.
Oh,
We
yeah.
hang them here, as I said, for another few days. And as we are ready to cut them up, we bring them over on the other side of this room, where the whole processing area is, where I like to show you now.
Okay.
So that's the place where we process our deer, the carcasses, what we saw in the walk-in cooler. We bring them over here and do the cutting up, and usually we are doing a European way of cutting. That means we separate the muscles in between the natural seams, take the bone out, and then we clean each muscle. As we see here, it starts with the tenderloin.
Yeah, the best part.
The best part, or all the parts are good, but
Sure,
the most
sure.
expensive part. And what we do is each muscle gets cleaned from all the sinew and the fat and everything.
Yes.
So we have the tenderloin, we have the entrecote, which is the piece from the back, which goes from the 13 rib back to the hind leg, to the
Yeah.
hip. Then we have the rib itself, or the chops,
Yes.
in one piece. The restaurant called that a hotel rack,
Yes.
which is done the whole piece and cut up at the table at the guests.
Yes.
Or just you make portions, freeze the ones you don't need and cook the others. Then we have all the hind leg muscles.
Okay.
That the first 4 or 5 package here are extremely tender muscles. It's the top round cushion, the top round fillet, the silver side, the bottom round, and the eye of round. That's all very tender cuts, which are extremely good for like schnitzel or steaks or a fast stir fry, something like that.
Yeah.
Then we have the knuckle. That's the piece from here, from the hind leg, right above the knee.
Yeah.
It makes an extremely fast, tender roast. Then we have the shoulder from the front leg, which we roll and put in a roast netting.
Yes.
That's in a way an old-fashioned roast which needs 3-4 hour cooking, very slow, low temperature.
Start at lunch for supper.
Exactly. A Sunday roast or something
Sure,
like that,
sure,
which
yeah.
you easy can cook ahead,
Yeah.
and just reheat when you need
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Then we cut up stew in portions.
Okay.
The fresh liver.
Okay.
The heart usually is used either fresh, like cut up like steaks, or in sausage.
Okay.
Then we also have finished products from the liver and some venison. We make a venison pâté, which you just spread on bread.
Yes.
We make already from the stew the cooked version. It's
Okay.
frozen. It's something you just thaw and reheat and make a side dish to it.
Okay. So that's just the meat, though. That's a venison stew meat.
That's only meat and gravy.
Okay.
It's there we say if people want to have vegetable or potato in the stew, they can do it themselves.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a half pound of meat and some gravy.
Okay.
Then we have venison pie. It's frozen too. You just thaw it or partially thaw it, and then you put it in the oven and reheat it, and that's it.
Okay, your ingredients say government-inspected pork, beef, and venison, sausage, dried meat, deli products, and European breads.
That's just a company sticker.
Oh, okay.
It's not the ingredients itself.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
that's,
But what is in
that's
here?
the next sticker which should follow that.
Okay. What is in your
In
venison
here
pie?
it's ground venison meat, some beans, carrots, and potatoes,
Okay.
and gravy, and some chanterelle mushrooms are in too.
Sounds
so
good.
It's quite a
Yeah.
heavy, expensive
Yeah.
feeling, but it's a good pie.
Yeah, sounds good.
Then we make our own sausage, fresh sausage or ready-to-eat sausage, and most of the sausage or European products go into a smoke chamber.
Okay.
So that's, we call it a bratwurst. It's excellent for barbecuing or in the frying pan. We have the same sausage instead of, in this sausage it's 10% pork fat,
Okay.
90% deer meat. In this sausage, instead of the pork fat, we put in cooked rice for people who can't eat pork fat because of religious reason or allergies or whatever. So we keep this sausage moist with cooked rice. It's 90% venison, 10% cooked rice.
And no fat.
No fat. Only if there is some fat left overs from the deer meat, but deer meat is so lean, so you really can say it's almost without
Fat-free.
fat. Yeah.
No, well, that's an alternative in today's market. Everybody's looking for healthier eating and
sure, yeah.
fat-free, so wow, that's
Yeah.
good. What do
And
we have here?
it has the same price
Oh,
as
okay.
the one with the pork fat.
Oh, okay.
Then we have a ready-to-eat sausage. It's called in Europe a Landjäger. It's shelf-stable, so that means it doesn't have to be refrigerated. It's an excellent sausage when you go hunting, fishing, or hiking. For any outdoor activities, just put it in your pocket,
Okay.
and there you go.
Well, is it like a beef jerky then? No, it seems more
It's
pliable.
still a sausage.
Okay.
And it has 90% venison again and 10% pork fat, other spices than the bratwurst. And compared to the bratwurst, it's dried. It's much more dried. That makes it that you can keep it a longer
Sure.
time. But it's not as dry as a jerky. It's still a sausage you easy can eat.
Okay, and you don't have to prepare that. You don't have to
No,
cook it.
that's just the way
Ready to go.
you're gonna eat it. Yeah.
Good, good.
And then that's a cured, smoked and dried piece of venison, which gets dried a little more, and then you just cut it with the knife very thin and eat it the way it is.
Okay.
Actually, it's an iron you
Okay.
see from the shape.
Yes.
It's pretty much the same. It's just in another way processed. It's not fresh anymore. But it's from the taste and the smell. It's an excellent product.
Yeah, you can't smell it on camera, obviously, but it does have a nice smoky smell. What does your product sell for? Is there a set rate per pound or no? Obviously,
We
the
have,
tenderloin would be a bit more, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we have a price list where we go by the cut, as you saw
Okay.
it now. And a tenderloin, for example, is pretty much the same price as a beef tenderloin per pound at Sobeys.
Okay.
Some cuts are a little more expensive than beef. That's coming from the fence and the handling system and everything.
Sure,
Is just
sure.
much more money involved than in raising deer than you just raise a cow or beef.
But for some people in today's society, I think they would prefer to buy a product from you knowing it hasn't been fed steroids or antibiotics or any of these
More and
unnatural
more-
products,
Yeah,
right?
more and more people are asking for that. I had once a case in Halifax. A woman was coming on my site, and I sell some pork on the side too.
Okay.
So she was going through my stand there and asking, "Are you raising that pork?" And I said, "No, that we buy." "Oh, I don't want to know about it." She was going back to the venison. "Are you raising that?" "Yeah, we raise." "Okay." Then she
Yeah.
was ready to buy.
Yeah.
So there are more and more people, they want to know who is the farmer, who are the animal raised. So we even have a photo album on the market,
Okay.
that people really can go through it and see how we keep the animal as you saw,
Yeah.
and really convince them that we really try to give the animal best what we can.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's going to be the result in the product you're going to buy,
Okay.
for sure.
Now, outside of this farmers market in Halifax on Saturdays, where can somebody purchase this product?
They had to call us or send a fax and
Okay.
just place an order, and in Cape Breton we deliver the products. Or they can come to the farm, have a look at the deer and pick the product up there, so whatever they like. And restaurants, we once a week when I drive down to Halifax or on my way back, left and right of the highway, I make the deliveries on Saturday on my way back usually, yeah.
Now, can somebody buy an animal like we saw in the cooler, or a half, like a side?
There are some people, it's not too many people, but there are some people buying half an animal or a whole animal. But most of the people, they just want to have a roast, they just want to have a steak, or just steaks for 4 people. You see, if somebody's coming in, I just want to have steaks, I want to try it for my family,
Yeah.
that's 660 grams. So that's just nice for 3 or 4 people, just cut it up in steaks. That's
Okay.
it.
Right. Now, I have another question for you, Walter. Except for this, the chops, I guess, I didn't see any bone here.
No.
What do you do with your byproducts? Is there something?
The bones we usually either we're going to give or sell them at the market for people who want to make soup or gravy, or I use it in my own restaurant to make my own stock. You see, when I make a stock for a venison pie or for the stew here, I do it the old-fashioned way. I brown the bones in the oven, and then they get cooked over 8 hours, and then you put them through a screen and everything, and that's going to be a really old-fashioned, good-tasting gravy.
Okay.
So that's what we use the bones for, or for just in a soup to give the soup some more taste.
Yeah.
And usually on a neck bone or so, you still have quite lots of meat on it. It's hard to debone it
That's
really
right.
clean. So that meat we just scrap away and make a pâté out of it, or whatever we can make out of the product. So we try really to use almost 100% of the animal. You have some things what we don't have the amount to do something with it, but whenever we get a chance to do something with a product, we're going to do. It's like the liver. The liver sells very good during summertime when the European tourists are here, or French people. They know about the quality of a deer liver. In Europe, you even can't buy it because it belongs to the hunter, and he's never going to give away his liver.
No. Or the heart.
And that's something the Germans or Swiss people or French people from Quebec or so, when they see, we can have deer liver, they order the deer liver.
Okay.
But in fall and winter, when not many tourists are around, we just freeze it, or we use it in a pâté, so that we really don't lose anything. And you see about the venison so far, we didn't have to freeze too much.
Yeah.
It sells really good, but venison is so lean, you can freeze it in a vacuum pack up to 2 years and you don't lose too much in quality.
Yes.
So that's another big advantage
And
of
you
the
do
venison.
the packaging here as well?
Everything, happens here on our site. Yeah.
Okay.
What we do also, and I would like to show you, is our smoke chamber.
Okay,
Just that you get an
let's go
idea
take a look
how
at that.
works. So that's our homemade smoke chamber.
I see.
The meat, what we saw out there, is these pieces
Yes.
that's cured in a salt and spices solution for up to 15-20 days.
Okay.
And then it gets dried, just that the surface is dry enough that you can apply some smoke.
Okay.
And up here we just have the bratwurst that we saw in the package over there. So that's all products which are going tomorrow down to the market, what we try to sell down there.
Now, how long is it in here?
The bratwurst gets only one cycle of smoke, so that means 4 or 5 hours exposed to light smoke. And these pieces, we call them paradisely,
Okay.
is exposed 3 cycles, so 3 times 5 hours.
Okay.
But you see, you apply the smoke, you let the meat rest overnight. Next day you apply smoke, you let the meat rest, you apply the third time smoke, and after that, after the smoking, it's going in a drying chamber or drying room, just to dry it out more, that at the end it's like a ready-to-eat ham or a ready-to-eat bacon. You just slice it up very thin, maybe put some pepper out of the mill on it, and that's it.
Wow. Okay, so the process, I'm going to move the light here so you can show us the stove. What type of wood would you burn to get?
We use hard wood mixture of sawdust and saw chips. I can show you a sample. Just take it here. You see, it's sawdust and chips. If we would go only with the chips, it would burn too fast. We don't want to exceed 25 degrees Celsius in the chamber. You see, above 25 degrees Celsius, the fat in the sausage melts, and it closes the natural opening in the natural casings, and you don't want to have that. You want to have the smoke penetrate the sausage, or at least the surface of the sausage. So to slow down the burning process, you just put some thinner sawdust in it, and then it's just gleaming in the oven here.
It's like a smoldering.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what we try is to keep the temperature in between 20 and 25 degrees Celsius. So there you have to experiment a little, that you find the right way to do it.
The right recipe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Yvonne, we're now in the Bellevue restaurant, and I understand you're only open on Sundays.
That's right. We're going to have a Sunday brunch, and that's going to be on this location here. So we are now going to have the warm stuff, and mostly it's venison shoulder or venison beef or venison sausage and spätzle, a Swiss type of pasta. We're going to serve on the back. And then on this table there we have all different kinds of salads. So about 10 different varieties. And here we have the desserts and drinks. That's going to be all. But of course you don't have to choose the buffet. On Sundays we also serve a la carte, but only venison, so venison steak or something like that.
But geez, there's nothing wrong with that.
No?
Now, all day up to this point, you've been very busy. You were cleaning in the pasture and you were feeding the animals. And now it's Walter's turn to be busy. He's in there getting us some lunch ready, I understand.
Right, yeah, and we're hungry too, right?
And what are we going to have for lunch today?
We're going to have a venison stew and spätzle, that's a Swiss type of pasta, and a venison sausage, of course, so you can try and see how it tastes.
Now, Walter didn't tell me on camera, but I understand you are from Switzerland.
Yes.
And what do you think of Canada?
Well, it's beautiful. The nature is just amazing, and the space, we really enjoy the space because where we are from, there is not much of space, and the quality of life, it's much better here.
So did you eat venison when you were in Switzerland?
We had, but usually just in fall. That was the main
like a hunting season?
That's right.
Like
That's
here?
where you get it, yeah.
Okay.
But not during the year. Now we have it almost once a week or twice a week.
Now, do you work in the restaurant, or do you have a chef come in? Or?
No, I'll do the waitress. Walter is the cook, so we do everything on our own, yeah.
Okay. So you guys are very busy.
Yes,
very, very busy.
we are, yeah.
Because Walter just took me through the whole process, and I mean, I'm just amazed. I thought, okay, they have a deer farm. They grow deer, they raise deer and sell them. But you go through the slaughtering process, the cleaning process, the smoking,
Yes.
the packaging,
That's
and the
right.
retail,
Yeah.
and then the restaurant.
Restaurant, and Saturdays the market too, so.
Wow.
And Halifax, yeah.
What day do you rest?
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have a day right now, but maybe in the future we're gonna take one day off.
And you have the two kids to take care of as well.
I have Angela. She's turning 10, and Sylvan, he's turning 7. So they have to be on the side now.
Yeah. And I don't think we saw Dino on camera, but you have a nice, beautiful big dog that must be a handful as well.
Yeah, and I have 2 cats also, and
There you go. You're quite busy.
I am.
Okay, so Walter is going to prepare a nice lunch for us, and we're going to get a chance to have something to eat.
Okay.
After speaking with Yvonne, Walter came out of the kitchen with a lovely meal, which Gloria and I thoroughly enjoyed. If you would like to enjoy a meal, you can go for a Sunday brunch from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. any Sunday. I'd like to thank Yvonne and Walter once again for such generosity and for showing us their facility. They have a lovely, lovely facility. If you have any future show ideas or comments to make on today's show, I'd be happy to hear from you. You can reach me at 226-1928. Thank you for watching Telile Today. I'm Rhonda LeBlanc.